Hey guys, happy 2024. I have been going through my spreadsheet, getting things ready for taxes, and I thought I'd share my 2023 stats with you guys. I did make one of these videos for 2022, but nobody watched it, which is fine, but I will link that up here in case anybody wants to see it. So I will be very transparent in this video. I don't mind sharing all of my numbers, so I'll share like my earnings, my profit, as well as some other really interesting stats. I think that they're really interesting, like what day of the week is best for sales, what was the best month for sales, what was my average sales price. I like to keep track of a lot of things with my sales because I like to do this at the end of the year. It's really good to see these numbers, especially if you're trying to grow. And then some of them are just fun to know. And these are only Poshmark stats. I only sell on Poshmark. Okay, so let's keep in mind with these numbers, I was part-time in the year of 2023. I took a few months completely off. We moved in May, so I took like the whole month of May off. I had a baby in September, so I took that whole month off. It was kind of hard for me to work in, what's before September? August, because I was like super swollen. So there were several months I didn't work. We were part-time. Then I had a baby, taking care of a newborn, all that. All right, so my earnings for the year of 2023, I feel like we need a drum roll. $6,716.94. Even with having a full-time job last year, having a baby, all that, I still really thought that number was gonna be a lot higher, but it is what it is. All we can do from here is improve. So this year is gonna be better. And that number did improve from 2022. So now my profit, and this is after, so my earnings minus my cost of goods for the items that I sold, was $5,287.22. Now that does not include my other expenses. So that includes subtracting my cost of goods, but that doesn't include my shipping labels, my bags I buy, my, hangers, anything like that extra that I buy. All right, this one is so depressing. Total Poshmark fees. So this is how much basically I paid Poshmark to use their platform. $1,908.84. Doesn't that make you want to throw up? But I really can't complain, because if it wasn't for Poshmark, I wouldn't be here. I probably wouldn't be a reseller, because Poshmark makes it so easy to resell. So thank you, Poshmark, but 20% is a little high. It is what it is. All right, my average selling price was $16.05. Now that did actually go down from last year, which is not great, but I'll explain. Last year, my average selling price was $20.93. So it was $4 higher, almost $5 higher. But I started live shows in 2023, and so I sold a lot of items at a much lower price. But I am totally okay with that, because in live shows, I've gotten rid of so many things that were just sitting in my closet and not selling, or things that I get from like mystery boxes that really aren't like high dollar and not worth listing, honestly. And so that's at least helping me make some of my money back. Plus, live shows are fun, and you don't have to list the item. Anyway, I could go on forever about live shows. All right, my number of items sold was 606 items. Last year, or in 2022, I sold 302 items, so I almost exactly doubled my sold items. All right, my average days to sell was 168 days, which I don't feel like that's too terrible. I'm fine with that. My best day of the week for sales was Wednesday. I sold 120 items on Wednesdays. In 2022, it was actually Monday that was my best day. This year, Monday came in second place with 115 items, and then third place was Saturday with 96 items. I would have thought that Friday through Sunday would be the best selling days. A lot of people get paid on Fridays and people aren't working on the weekends, but maybe people just shop a lot while they're working. I don't know. My most sold brand was American Eagle. I sold 34 items, and that does make sense because I bought an American Eagle mystery box. My second most sold brand was J. Crew at 26 items, and my third was Free People with 23 items. And I also bought a Free People mystery box too. My most sold color was black with 97 items. And now that's not just plain black items, that's any item that had black in it. So it could have been like a black and white shirt. My most sold size, this actually surprised me, medium was my most sold size with 124 items. Last year it was large. I also kept track of what states I sold to, and I've been keeping track of this for years now. I've been trying to sell to all 50 states. I still, after years of keeping track of this, I have not sold to, crap, I forget, South Dakota? North Dakota? Hold on, my sheet's over here. Why can't I remember? North Dakota. So this is a little sheet I've been keeping track of them on. Yeah, North Dakota. Does anyone live in North Dakota? I'm actually, this year I decided I'm not gonna keep track of states anymore. It's been fun, but it's just an extra step. I'll still pay attention to when I get that North Dakota sale, if I ever get that North Dakota sale, but since I've got all the other states, I'm not gonna do it this year. But my most sold to state was California with 87 sales, second place was Florida with 55 sales, and third place was New York with 41 sales. And it was exactly the same last year, same states in that order, except for tied with third place was Texas. So Texas and New York had the same amount of sales. How I made my sales, so like what type of sale it was. 90% of my sales was offers to likers. So when somebody likes your item and then you send them an offer, you guys know. 90%. Last year was 80%. Well, you know what I mean, 2022, not, yeah. 7% of my sales were buy now sales, which are, man, when you get a buy now sale, that is a good feeling. Last year was 11%, and then 3% was bundle sales. Last year was 8%. I'm surprised it's that high, honestly, for bundle sales, because I feel like I never make bundle sales. But that's actually, now that I think about it, that's probably considering live shows too, like live sales, because a lot of those are bundles. That makes sense, I guess. All right, my best sale of the year was this Coach purse, and I sold it for $144. And then last stat was my best month. My best month was March. And that totally makes sense to me because this was before we moved, before I had a baby, and the biggest reason is because that's when I started doing live shows. That's when I was approved for live shows, and I did a ton of live shows. Yeah, March was a good month. Leave me a comment below if there's anything you guys keep track of that I didn't mention today, because I just love knowing all the stats. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great 2024 and have a great day. Bye.